Duncan, first question will be on the right side in the middle.
Hey, Duncan, Pat Graham, Associated Press. I just want to talk to you a little bit about altitude. And you guys are here. What have you heard about it? Do you believe in does altitude bother you? And how do you acclimate in this brief of time?
I mean, we played here before, so it's not some like folklore that no one's seen before. You know, a lot of us have played here, you know, a handful of times. So it's nothing new. We don't expect it to have any sort of impact.
On the right side, second row.
Duncan, Matt Moore, Action Network. You guys have played a lot of different teams, obviously. You faced Giannis, you faced Tatum and the Celtics. What is it that's different about this team from what you've seen in the playoffs so far?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing really well. You know, they have a handful of guys that can beat you on any given night. Obviously, starts with, you know, those main two, Jokic and Murray. So really talented offensively, and they're going to make you work for everything, you know, defensively. So, you know, they pose a great challenge for us. We're excited about it. Definitely, they play differently a little bit than some of the other teams that we played. Just, you know, so much of their offense being focused around those two, but both those guys are such willing passers as well. So it'll be a good challenge.
Staying on the right side, fourth row.
Duncan, Mike Cunio, CBS News Miami. I know the whole undrafted thing has been a storyline that's been played out this whole postseason. But for you personally, these last 5-6 years, do you ever take a second to look how far you've come personally and professionally as a player?
Yeah, there's lots of moments, you know, kind of when there's a pause in the action, I guess, if you will, to kind of step back and be appreciative of the journey. I mean, when you're in it throughout the day-to-day, you're just kind of focused on what's next, and obviously your perspective shifts and changes as you advance in your career and you want more for yourself because, you know, we're all competitive people. But there's always moments to be able to kind of sit back and reflect. A lot of it comes from sharing memories and experiences with people that have kind of been around for the entirety of the journey, you know, family, friends, people in my corner that are able to kind of offer me that perspective. So, you know, I value those moments and conversations, you know, very much so with those people in particular.
On the left side, fourth row.
Paulina, NBA Mexico. I just gave you a Polaroid when you were in Mexico. What do you remember about that games? And also, how has it changed since last December till now in the finals, your role in the team?
Yeah, Mexico City was an amazing experience. I just remember the excitement, the energy in that arena. From when we got out there, like shooting around in warm-ups, and you know, an hour plus before the game, it was basically packed, and just the entire country, it felt like, just excited to have us there. And it was definitely a memorable game to be able to win that one. And a lot's changed, a lot's transpired since then for this group in particular. You know, we've had a lot of ups and downs, but that was definitely a cool moment to look back on in the season.
We'll stay on the left side, third row, David Aldridge.
Thank you. Duncan, what's the specific challenge for Jokic as a short roller, especially, and the options that he provides everybody else on the floor?
Yeah, I think the fact that he garners so much attention because he can score, but you have to be smart with how you approach it because he's such a willing passer, and they're so good of playing off his overreaction. So finding that balance between making it difficult on him and, you know, throwing different looks in multiple defenders or what have you, while also making it so he doesn't constantly be able to get everybody involved in easy looks and get, you know, kind of them going as an offensive unit.
Left side, second row.
Hi, Duncan. Josh Moser, good to see you from Channel 7 in Miami. Great to have you here. For the people that really haven't followed the Heat, what's the secret sauce that you guys have that just allows you to always will yourself to a win?
Yeah, I think we have a connection and a competitive spirit, especially lately, you know, just throughout the midst of this run. I think it's kind of all coming together at the right time. And, you know, those two things alone can really, really carry you, especially, you know, you're going to have stretches where, you know, ball's not going in or maybe not playing the way that you want to as a group. But if you kind of have that collective trust and competitive spirit and grit to fall back on, I think that always gives you a chance.
First row on the right side.
Tyler King, Denver Gazette. Duncan, there's a lot of veterans on both sides in this series, but specifically for you guys with Kyle, what kind of value does he bring into the locker room leadership-wise, and just what is his intensity like on a day-to-day basis?
You know, Kyle brings a ton of experience, obviously, you know, from a years in the league standpoint, and then also a playoff experience, and somebody who's who's held that trophy at the end. So it's a huge luxury to have somebody like that in the locker room. And obviously I share the court with him a lot, kind of in that second group, and he just can come in and just change the whole rhythm and flow of a game. And his impact is so much more than what you see in a box score or what shows up in terms of maybe the game film. He's a trusted leader, somebody that we all kind of count on, and I think he does a really good job of navigating that line between discipline and kind of holding people accountable while also maintaining a certain sense of humor and levity to it as well. So he's been huge for us for sure.
Last question for Duncan. All right. Thank you, sir.